A terrific matchup here tonight. From Spectrum Center in Uptown Charlotte, tonight, the Charlotte Hornets taking on the Washington Wizards. The Hornets secure the opening tip as they get the basketball first. We're underway in Charlotte. Knocked loose. Batum stuffs it down with authority. So far, so good.
Didn't take long to get this crowd on their feet. And one of the most undervalued things in sports, the 13th man, the fans. If they get you going in the game, they can help you sustain that energy.
Oh, he had him there for a second. To Parker. Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Hornets at the controls of this one. Walker to Batum. Nice pass to set things up.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
Nothing going here on that drive. Hornets have to Nick Batum. Walker knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
Jabari Parker pins it. Oh, had him going there for a second. Not done yet. Another follow, still no good. Parker with it. They're down 3. Charlotte with the basketball. Walker to Batum. Walker. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Plenty of contact. The shot no good. Has a look. He shoots. Oh, off the mark.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not easy.
For average shooters, that's not a great shot. But for a great shooter, that's a good.
Looking to make something happen. Curling inside. Give it to him. Kemba Walker. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Nothing going here on that drive. Gets to the basket, but it's no good. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
To Nick Batum. Here comes the screen. Batum. To Walker. Over to the right side. Lets it fly from long range. That one off the mark. It's no good. To Beal. Here comes the screen. To Beal. Bradley Beal. 2 for 3 now here in the first.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Now a timeout coming here from the Hornets coach as they'll make sure they're alive. Even better, 3 lucky fans will win a poster that's been signed Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Kemba Walker, defended by Wall. Washington basketball. And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number one, to see if they'll get caught. And number two, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
First one. Goes 2 for 2. Walker into the front court. Shot clock's off as they search for a final bucket. Dwight Howard sends it away. Short jumper stays out. Long heave from three-quarters court. That'll do it for the first quarter. The Wizards out in front. Second quarter set to start. This is what we like. This game is certainly in the balance.
Both teams are trying to feel each other out, but I like the aggression that both teams established in the first quarter. This is the first quarter league. The way you play in the opening minutes really sets the tone for the rest of the game.
Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Has a chance. Jumper's good.
Not a Ferrari, definitely.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Trying to cash in. Missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
Doesn't even see the defender. Buries the shot.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Wizards have it. Wall. Probing the defense. Wall. Down to 5. Down to 4 to shoot. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist sends it away. New blood coming in for both sides.
Stepping in for Washington, number 3, Bradley Beal.
Walker. Into the front court comes Wall. Leads 4. And look out.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make.
Against the former Hoya. To Kemba Walker. The Hornets with 4 to shoot. Going to launch beyond the arc and knocks it down. And Jay, the system produces once again.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
To Beal. Rebound grab by the Hornets. Walker with the basketball. Down 3. To Batum. The drive right to the basket. And he's fouled. And he earns a trip to the line.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Batum at the line for 2 shots. A career 83% free throw shooter. First free throw is good. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. That'll be out of bounds. Wall the last to touch it. To Walker. Batum matched up with Howard. Walker.
2 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
From the outside, no good. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Wall across the timeline. He'll run the offense. To Howard. Slams it down.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
Kemba Walker up against John Wall. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. To Beal. To Wall.
1 minute remaining in the second quarter.
Short jumper off the mark.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me.
Beal. And a pass taken away by Charlotte. To Nick Batum. Driving right to the basket. Missed a wide open look. Wizards at the controls. Beal to Wall. Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive. John Wall goes to work. There it is, John Wall. 2 of 4 now.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Late heave to beat the buzzer. So a tie one as we reach the break in a 1-point game. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. The Wizards are in a tight battle after 2 quarters, and these guys have every reason to feel good about how they great offensive display. These are the guys getting buckets for the Washington Wizards. The Hornets are keeping things exciting in a close matchup. And it's hard to believe this team is losing after hitting so many three-pointers. The scoring is great, but the lack of D is holding them back. Have a look at the leading scorers. For the Charlotte Hornets,
Game track. Field goals.
for each of these squads, the common theme has been a disciplined approach on offense. That's the reason why you're seeing a nice field goal percentage on both sides of the ball. Smart shot selection is a key part of that fact.
Player of the half.
Nicholas Batum suffered through a scoreless first half. I'm sure he'd like to redeem himself in the second half. But the way things have been going thus far, it's hard to believe it's going to happen for him. Here we go with the top plays from the...
Number 2. Number 1.
And that concludes our halftime report. Thanks for joining us, and see you again after the game.
It's Washington with the basketball.
I got ball. Screen come.
Wall to Beal. Wall down low Green. Off the assist.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Number 2, John Wall.
Into the front court, it's Walker. His guys down 3. Beyond the arc for 3. Had made his first couple, but he misses there.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. They're down 3. To Batum. Here comes the screen. Batum, guarded by Beal. Great dish to set it up. And look out. Big finish at the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent. A play like that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Walker into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Lamb matched up with Trevor Ariza. Walker. Here's a chance from long range. Misfires. It's no good. To Wall. Plenty of contact. The shot no good.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even give the option to pass the ball by utilizing some head fakes or ball fakes here and there, you save the defender by keeping them on their toes with the element of surprise.
To Nick Batum. Walker. Great defense, forcing the miss. Into the front court, it's Wall. Leads 3. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Cody Zeller. So the Wizards keep the possession. Changes coming from both sides right now.
Number 1, Malik Monk. Subbing in for Washington, number 12, Jabari Parker.
Wall. To Beal. That ball's out of bounds off one of the Wizards. Hornets have the basketball. That pass stolen by the Wizards. Jabari Parker. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Curling inside. Gets to the basket and scores.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Wall. Fires the 3. Charlotte has the board. To Batum. Here comes the screen. Batum. Nikola Batum. Not shaken for the early struggles. Maybe this is a sign of things to come.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
To Beal. Nothing going here on that drive. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
From long range. Count the triple.
I mean, does he have eyes in the back of his head or what? I get paid money to watch and study this game daily. Even I didn't see that angle.
To Beal. Here comes the screen. Bradley Beal. 3 for 6 now.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Marvin Williams matched up with Trevor Ariza. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket. Neither side is giving up an inch.
I guarantee you tomorrow on Complex's social feed, that play will have millions of views. And I'm really looking forward to this fourth quarter because the first 3 have lived up to the billing.
Wall not going down for him this time. Has a look. Second effort. Here comes the screen. That ends the third quarter. The Hornets have the lead. Hornets with the first possession here in the fourth quarter, and they'll be looking to finish strong.
And when you play stingy defense on one end,
To Miles Bridges. Won't go. Wall with it up top. His guys now down by a point. Parker to Wall. To Parker. And finishes strong.
an easy 2, get back on defense.
Charlotte basketball. To Parker. For 3. Did enough to bother Jabari Parker. Shot off the mark. Slam dunk.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Monk against the 5-time All-Star. The drive, right to the basket. Right down Broadway, 4-2.
The defense should have picked up on that action. That's going to cost them.
Wall into the front court. Leads 1. Screen coming. To Wall. Off the penetration, almost, but no good. Hornets right now in possession. Knocked loose. That's out of bounds. Wall the last to touch. Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Number 4, Wesley Johnson. Into the game for the Charlotte Hornets. Number 15, Kemba Walker.
Kemba Walker, defended by Wall. Scores from the post.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Into the front court comes Wall. His guys now trailing by a point. Pass stolen by the Hornets.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
To Kemba Walker. able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
Wizards with the basketball. Nothing going here on that. There it is, John Wall. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%. What do you see in John Wall's game, Jay, that sets him apart?
That he could probably finish with his left hand better than he could finish with his right. I remember watching him in high school. He was jumping off his right foot and dunking the ball lefty as if it was that easy. He can do it with both hands, which makes him way more efficient around the rim.
Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. It's no good. Great defense.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Parker. Walker with the basketball. Leads just a point. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
First one, count it. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Wall across the timeline. Down 3. Beal to Wall. Drive. Here comes the screen. Wall to Beal. The Wizards with 4 to shoot. John Wall, couple of free throws on the way. He's perfect from the line so far. Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. Hornets at the controls of this one. Here comes the screen. Probing the defense. Kemba Walker up against John Wall. Not that time. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. Now the Wizards going to take the timeout, and they have options. Let's see, do they go for the tie in a 3 or play for 2 and extend the game? To Beal. Bradley Beal, 4 out of 7.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Now the intentional foul as they get it with a little under 20 seconds left to play.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
And he connects on the first free throw. Beats them both. Whistle stops play. Timeout for Washington. They're going to have to draw something up for an open look at it.
Right.
Deep three at the buzzer. It's the Hornets with the victory as they win this one by 3. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Charlotte Hornets emerged victorious after a tight finish. What really stands out for me is how many three-pointers were scored. Everyone in the arena should have been given a free umbrella for the way they made it rain from long range. The Hornets can point to these guys for their scoring output. The Wizards finished on the losing end of a close score. The way they shot the ball was outstanding, but even still, it wasn't enough to get the result they wanted. More often than not, you're going to win games when you shoot the ball as well as they did here today. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Washington Wizards.
Game track. Field goals.
This was a matchup in which solid shooting was prominently on display. I definitely enjoyed it. Like I'm loving enjoying all of these highlights right now. Great job of effective, efficient scoring from these squads.
Player of the game.
The highlight says it all. He's your player of the game. These are the top 3 plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.